Peterborough and Damon Green is at Manchester Airport. Damon, the first repatriation flight is just about to land.
That's right, in about 20 minutes' time, the first of those flights will touch down from Croatia, and there'll be a series of those throughout the afternoon. The scene here at Manchester Airport is not one of chaos, as might be imagined. The airport staff say they had a plan in place. Of course, they've done this before 2 years ago when Monarch Airlines collapsed, and also the number of passengers coming through won't be substantially different, because the plan is for the Civil Aviation Authority to charter planes to bring passengers back at the time they're expecting to finish their holiday. They may have to assemble passengers who are expected to fly, say, to Bristol or to Birmingham, bring them here to Manchester and be bussed onwards. But largely, they hope that people will have the holidays they paid for. The people who will be really disappointed are the ones who arrived here at 8 o'clock this morning expecting to fly out to their dream destination and were told no. Many of those will be left well out of pocket.
Of Thomas Cook's 9,000 staff in the UK, about 1,000 of them worked here at its headquarters in Peterborough. They arrived for work here as normal this morning, but in a series of meetings they were very quickly told, most of them, that their jobs now no longer exist. They left, many of them in tears. We've watched colleagues hugging each other, saying their goodbyes, having been told they will never come back to work here again.
Ben Chapman, Damon Green, thank you very much. So what is behind the demise of a once beloved brand? Our business editor, Joel Hills, is here. What is your take on it then?
Well, look, Thomas Cook has been in distress for some considerable amount of time. Back in May of this year, it reported a record loss. By July, it was clear that it had unsustainable levels of debt, and at the end of August, you may remember that the company said it had reached an agreement with its bondholders, with its banks, with its shareholders, one buyer that secured the company's future, but where they accepted extremely heavy losses. What's happened is in the last few days, that agreement has unravelled completely with catastrophic consequences. Faced with collapse, the government was asked to come up with £250 million of taxpayer support. It refused because it looked at Thomas Cook's prospects, decided they were dim, and it was better to let the company fail rather than put taxpayer money on the line. £100 million of taxpayers' money is going to be spent bringing customers back. Then there's the support, of course, for the 9,000 employees who need help back into work. You saw the chief executive of Thomas Cook there apologising for failing to save the business, but you know, the business was in trouble when he took over. If you look back in 2007, it took over My Travel. What a disastrous deal that was. In 2011, it swallowed up Co-op's travel business, giving them 1,200 high street stores at the very time that all the customers were moving online. Thomas Cook's biggest problem is it hasn't moved with the times. It pioneered mass tourism, failed to see which way the wind was blowing, and hasn't adapted to the digital age.
Joel Hills, thank you very much. Thank you.